The headlines: Bandits block Zamfara highway, abduct travelers. Aviation workers plan protest September 18th, reject 50% revenue deductions. Lagosians lament impact of fuel price on transport business. And on the foreign scene, millions in Southeast Asia battle floods, death toll surpasses 200. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and the details will start with security matters. Now, armed bandits have blocked the ever-busy Gusau-Funtua highway, kidnapping unspecified number of travelers. Yusuf Zafe, a commuter, said the bandits stormed the highway in the early hours of Thursday and mounted a roadblock around the Tazame axis of the road. Now, according to him, the bandits in their large numbers with about 50 motorcycles, each carrying 3 persons, abducted an unspecified number of travelers. Another commuter also said that Magazu Kucheri Road, which is also the road linking Gusau to Funtua, were blocked by bandits this morning. Security operatives are yet to speak on this incident. Earlier, Chairman Kanwafo spoke to Daily Trust regional editor Yushau Adamu, who gives us an update. Take a look.
Well, like you have rightly said, the bandits operated along the Funtua road. That very portion where they operated is known for banditry attacks for several years. That is Kucheri. In fact, it has reached to a point where between Sheme and Sept, some drivers used to call that portion of the road Israel. And this is to tell you the magnitude of attack that is being carried out by bandits around that area. Hardly a week will pass without having or hearing about banditry attack along that road. There was a time I personally witnessed banditry attack on that particular portion. Between me and the bandits, it's less than a kilometer. We saw them when they dragged the passengers. They abducted about 23 of them to the bush. And the next day, that was on Sunday, and the next day, Monday, they resumed to the same portion of the road and opened fire at 4 moving vehicles, killing a driver and abducted all the passengers on board. After like 40 minutes, they resumed and they killed a driver and abducted all his passengers. So this particular portion of the road is very well known to many drivers as far as banditry is concerned. And Kucheri, Sheme to Sept is just less than 50 kilometers and comprises like 11 villages in between. That is Sheme, Kampanin Mai Lafiya, Unguwar Boka, Yankara, Danwuri, Wanzamai, Kucheri, Unguwar Shida, Magazu, Gidange, and Sept. But what surprises people is that there are about 5 checkpoints in between. So people are always wondering how this banditry attack is being carried out within this area. Because in Sheme, we have military base there. Kampanin Mai Lafiya, some military were stationed. Ankara, we have super camp of military. Though Kucheri, there is no military there, but Kucheri is the particular portion that is even headed to many people. Last week when I passed the place, I saw an armored personnel carrier station there. Okay. So I wonder maybe either they left the place or I don't know what happened.
Okay.
To just hear that this morning these bandits have resumed and operated.
Okay.
So people keep on wondering how the operation is being carried out there.
All right,
security along the way.
Ishao.
Yeah.
So yesterday we had you discussing about the 30 million naira levy by bandit kingpin Turuji. Now, I'm wondering, is this in any way connected since the deadline elapsed yesterday?
So, I don't know, maybe this cannot be linked to that issue because Turuji is being operated in Shinkapi axis, and Shinkapi is very far from the area we are talking about, that is Sapi. And what I observed is that these bandits normally came out to the main highway, operate and leave. That is how they operated. They don't stay longer time operating along the road. And for anybody that is conversant with that road, he knows that from left and right, it's just a bush and a rocky area. So they can easily operate and go back to the bush.
Okay. All right. Just before you go, this thing happened this morning. Has there been any information, confirmation from the security operatives about the situation?
No, we haven't heard anything from either police or military.
Away from Zamfara to Katsina, bandits on Wednesday night attacked Kurfi General Hospital in Kurfi local government area of Katsina State, killing a watchman and abducting the wife of one of the health personnel manning the facility. The bandits, who came in their numbers, emerged from the cover of crops and forced themselves into the hospital after killing the gateman and went straight to the hospital's staff quarters. The hoodlums were aiming to abduct Mustafa Hamza, who is a health worker with Kurfi General Hospital, who luckily escaped, but unfortunately his wife was abducted in the process. Though there is no official statement from security agencies yet, the Kurfi Council Chairman, Manir Shehu Wurma, confirmed the attack, assuring that the council is on top of the situation. Though Kurfi local government is one of the vulnerable areas in terms of insecurity in Katsina State, the town has enjoyed relative peace due to the well-coordinated efforts of residents through local vigilantes and other security operatives. Still on security, over 28 terrorists have been killed in strikes by the Nigerian Air Force in Shiroro local government area of Niger State. The NAF Deputy Director of Public Relations and Information Group, Captain Kabiru Ali, disclosed this in a statement on Thursday. He said the operation was carried out by the air component of Operation Well Punch on Wednesday, September 11th. According to him, the successful operation underscores the Nigerian Air Force's commitment to protecting the nation and supporting sister services and other security agencies in combating banditry, terrorism, insurgency, and other forms of criminality. The Air Force also assured Nigerians that it will continue to conduct air operations both independently and in collaboration with surface forces to eliminate all threats to the peace, prosperity, and security of our great nation. An early morning accident along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway on Thursday killed 21 travelers around the Gidang Abe community in Kagarko local government area of Kaduna State. The accident involved a trailer truck and a passenger bumper bus heading to Kano and Batari town in Katsina State, respectively. An official of the Federal Road Safety Commission, the FRSC, who participated in the rescue operation, said the incident happened at about 3 a.m., adding that 3 passengers who survived the accident were rushed to the Umaru Musa Memorial Hospital in Sabon Wuse town, while the remains of the dead were deposited at the hospital's morgue. He noted that the accident took place close to a route diversion, which forced all motorists from the opposite direction to drive on a single lane. It was gathered that the driver of the articulated vehicle had fled the scene, leaving behind his vehicle along with another container truck blocking the ever-busy way. The divisional police officer in charge of Tafa Division, SP Idris Ibrahim, confirmed this incident. The Managing Director of Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has said it has already begun distribution of palliatives to affected flood victims in Borno. He made this known at a press conference in Maiduguri. The commission said it is reaching out to the 18th senatorial district of Northeast states impacted by the disaster. The managing director of NEDC, Muhammad Al-Qali, disclosed that the commission has already begun reconstruction of bridges in Taraba, Yobe, Bauchi, and Adamawa states that were destroyed by flood. He revealed that 200,000 bags of rice, 50,000 cartons of cooking oil, 200,000 blankets, and others will be given to the flood victims.
We're also going to release 50,000 pieces of for the women, another pieces, 50,000 pieces, so that they can be able to recoup. Children wears, we have about 65,000 pieces. And because it's the rainy season, we're also going to release about 20,000 pieces of treated mosquito nets. Make these people go back to their own residences across the northeast, either by building or reconstructing or rehabilitating their own old houses. And this can be done in collaboration with all the agencies of the federal government, the state government, so that there could be, all of us should be at least in the same book, not on the same page, which is very difficult. At least we have something to go together, and all of us are going to put as a team to see what can be done to assist these vulnerable people.
Hadeja Wetland, one of Nigeria's largest carbon sinks and a major sanctuary for wildlife, has officially been transformed into a national park by the federal government. The Conservator General of the National Park Services, Ibrahim Musa Goni, represented the federal government at a ceremony in the Jigawa State Government House in Dutse, where the formal takeover was performed. The report.
The development stems from the 16th National Council on Environment held in Kaduna in 2011, where a resolution was passed to upgrade selected forests and game reserves across Nigeria into national parks. Hadeja Wetland, part of the Baturia Game Reserve, was among those identified for this transition. Governor Umar Namadi highlighted the wetland's ecological importance, emphasizing its role as a habitat for a diverse range of plants and animals and its status as a key site for resident and migratory water birds, which has earned it recognition as an international bird sanctuary.
We are all very pleased that we have finally arrived at the highest point of this process. Once again, on behalf of myself, the government and people of Jigawa State, as well as the teeming population around Hadeja Bature Wetland Game Reserve, we are sincerely grateful to the National Park Service and the Conservator General, Dr. Ibrahim Musa Bani, and other officials of the service for all their effort, which culminated into today's handing over of the wetland, which, as I said, is now converted into national park.
Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Environment, Goni noted that the Hadeja Game Reserve maintains a delicate ecological balance that sustains life and delivers essential ecosystem services. He stressed that its transformation into a national park will bring significant environmental, economic, and security benefits to the local communities, the state, and the nation at large.
Hadeja Wetland Game Reserve holds a delicate balance that sustains life and provides crucial ecosystem services. It serves as a sanctuary for numerous wildlife species, including birds, amphibians, and fishes, and also safeguards biodiversity. The park will undoubtedly become an ecotourism hotspot, attracting visitors from far and wide. This presents an excellent opportunity to showcase the natural beauty and cultural diversity of the Nigerian landscape while generating economic opportunities for local communities.
The Hadeja Wetland, previously known as Dajin Baturia, is the first of 10 game reserves across the country to be taken over by the federal government in line with the 2011 National Council on Environment resolution.
Moving on, aviation workers' unions on Thursday announced plans to stage a peaceful protest on September 18, 2024 over the 50% revenue deduction from agencies in the sector. The General Secretary of the National Union of Air Transport Employees, Ochema Abba, and the Deputy General Secretary of the Air Transport Services Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Francis Akinjole, disclosed this in a statement. Other unions that signed the statement include the Secretary General of ANAP, Abdul Razak, the General Secretary of the National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers, Olayinka Abioye, and the General Secretary of the Amalgamated Union of Public Cooperation, Civil Service Technical and Recreational Services Employees, Sikiru Wahid. They blamed the decision on the refusal of the federal government to accede to their call for the reversal of the 50% deduction policy from the internally generated revenues of the agencies in the aviation sector. According to the statement, the protest is as a result of the union's demand for the discontinuation of the deduction from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, and the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau. The TSA policy, initially introduced with a 25% deduction from the revenue-generating agencies of the federal government in October 2022, escalated to 40% shortly after. But the current administration increased the deduction to 50% in January 2024. In health, the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria has shut down 666 illegal medical and medicine shops in Kaduna State for operating illegally and violating national drug distribution guidelines. The enforcement exercise, which began earlier in this week, targeted open drug markets and other locations across the state where medicines were being sold without proper registration and supervision. The move aims to ensure the safe and effective distribution of medicines, protect public health, and prevent the sale of harmful substances in the state. Addressing a press conference after the end of the exercise in Kaduna on Thursday, PCN Director of Enforcement, Stephen Esumobi, said the affected premises included 47 pharmacies, 313 patent medicine shops, and 306 illegal medicine shops. Esumobi noted that the PCN team visited 895 premises during the exercise, issuing 9 compliance directives to owners of shops founded to be operating illegally. The recent hike in fuel prices across the nation has sparked widespread concern among businesses, particularly the transportation sector. Commercial drivers and commuters expressed their deep frustration over the price hike as they call on the government to march words with actions and bring relief to the masses. Victoria Tukolu has a situation report as presented from our studio. Take a look.
Nigerians are decrying the impact of the unresolved fuel crisis in the country, which has caused massive inflation, making everyday life difficult. The situation is particularly challenging for those who rely heavily on fuel for their businesses, especially transport business owners who are finding it increasingly difficult to manage the rising costs. Speaking to Trust TV News, commercial drivers aired their concerns about the fuel price hike and its ripple effects on public transportation.
We are buying it 270 before this man entered tinubu and co, what is called him. So the thing affected us a lot. We used to carry, how much we carry passenger before, they don't really understand. If you want to carry passenger, let us say, and they don't increase their salary, all those stuff. And there's not what we want to do is, we go take you like this and see, we take you since morning. This thing, you don't really move. People don't enter. We call it, we are taking this passenger from first gate to high gate. We are taking it 200 and before, normal price. But now, we are taking it 300. And if passenger come, they want to enter, they go to say they don't go enter. So we take you since morning.
It does negatively. It used to cost about 4,500 to fill up the tank before now. But after the increment, we spend about 8,000. And the worst part of it is that people's salaries are not increased. So, you know, the little money we added because of the increment, people are finding it difficult to pay.
The matter for the fuel, it don't tie everybody. Before, when we dey work, we fuel dey normal. If we just buy like fuel 17, at least we go carry 50 naira, 100 naira. Everybody dey happy, things dey go well. But as you just enter, see something, the price affects the keke. So people need to increase their tea fare. And people when they carry, they need to increase the fare because for them to meet up their target. But some people now they pay 5,000 then for a daily job where they carry keke. Now this thing don't come go up. to see and buy na wahala.
Nigerians have been bearing the brunt of the current economic downturn, which has seen record inflation across many sectors. Many are calling for urgent action to resolve the economic predicament and restore stability to the petroleum product. Commuters in particular also expressed their deep frustration, lamenting the government's perceived inability to provide succor for citizens.
Found it difficult to feed. Everything is expensive. Transportation, feeding, anything you buy today, if you go back tomorrow, it's not the same price again. Government, no salary, no increment in salary, and we are paying more. Everything is high.
What government did today, in fact, I don't know which word I can use to qualify it. Government doesn't value that as people, that's commoner in Nigerians, because they think only their pockets. How do you go and increase fuel without thinking about the commoner in Nigerians? So the fuel increase is affect total everything in Nigeria. When you talk about education, you increase education, you increase NEPA, you increase everything. Then what are we used to survive?
The current situation in the country demands urgent attention from the government at both federal and state levels to mitigate the effects of the petrol price hike and address the underlying inflation crisis.
In business, crude oil exports contributed 14.56 trillion naira to the country's total exports in the second quarter of the year, making up 74.98% of the total export value, according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. The NBS, in a report titled Foreign Trade in Goods Statistics Q2 2024, released on Wednesday, stated that the country's total merchandise trade for the period stood at 31.89 trillion naira, reflecting a decline of 3.76% from the previous quarter, but a 150.39% increase compared to the 12.74 trillion naira recorded in the second quarter of 2023. In the quarter under review, exports accounted for 60.89% of the total trade, amounting to 19.42 trillion naira. This marks a 1.31% over the 19.17 trillion naira recorded in the first quarter of the year and a 201.76% increase from the 6.44 trillion naira registered in the second quarter of the previous year. It added that non-crude oil export, valued at 4.86 trillion naira, represented 25.2% of the total export trade, a contribution though still overshadowed by crude oil. On the foreign scene, millions of people across Southeast Asia struggled on Thursday with flooded homes, power cuts and wrecked infrastructure after the typhoon Yagi swept through the region as the death toll passed 200. In the worst-hit Vietnam, the fatalities rose to 197, with 9 confirmed dead in the northern Thailand, where one district is suffering its worst floods in 80 years. Myanmar's National Fire Service confirmed the country's first Yagi-related deaths after 17 bodies were recovered from flooded villages in the Mandalay region, while more than 50,000 people have been forced from their homes. Yagi brought a colossal deluge of rain that has inundated a swath of northern Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, and Myanmar, triggering deadly landslide and widespread river flooding. One farmer on the edge of the Hanoi told AFP that his entire 1,800 square meter peach blossom plantation was submerged, destroying all 400 of his trees. And with that, we wrap up Trust News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.